Parce que toute souffrance à venir peut et doit être évitée, le Parti humaniste veille. Il promeut la non-violence active comme seule option possible pour construire la nation humaine universelle.
Eight hidden truths about the business of nuclear weapons. On military links with our nuclear electricity.
Le 6 août 1945, à 8h15 du matin, la première bombe atomique est larguée au-dessus de la ville japonaise d'Hiroshima. Le monde entre dans l'ère nucléaire. La ville est rasée, les morts sont innombrables, le Japon est en état de choc. Au Japon, on appelle les survivants d'Hiroshima les Ibakusha, les irradiés. Les attaques nucléaires étaient-elles nécessaires?
Ça, c'est un jugement moral. Disons que on ne refait pas l'histoire, c'est arrivé. Nécessaire à qui, à quoi, on pourrait disserter longtemps. On peut dire dans l'absolu que ce n'était pas nécessaire parce que les Japonais étaient de toute façon battus. Mais à quoi ça sert de le dire? Puisque de toute façon, ça a eu lieu. De toute façon, on a fabriqué ces armes. Et la question d'aujourd'hui, c'est comment allons-nous réussir à les mettre de côté, quoi, à les éliminer, et donc à réaliser ce qui est prévu par les États dans le traité de non-prolifération.
Sans doute le pressentiment plus ou moins diffus d'une possible confrontation future avec l'URSS a-t-il pesé dans la décision d'utiliser l'arme nucléaire. De plus, il fallait tester les effets de la bombe au plutonium. Les militaires et les gouvernements s'approprient la bombe. L'horreur atomique devient une menace omniprésente dans toutes les négociations futures.
Mais on voit bien qu'on est dans l'absurde quelque part. Et cet absurde-là pèse sur notre société d'aujourd'hui. Et il y a pas mal de gens qui commencent à expliquer les malaises du monde d'aujourd'hui par ce pouvoir de destruction totale. Et une société humaine qui n'a pour avenir, pour perspective ou pour horizon que la destruction totale, elle peut se laisser aller à un tas de dérives, à un tas de dérèglements, la drogue, le crime, etc. Et je crois que analysons le monde à travers l'arme nucléaire et ça pourra provoquer des décisions nouvelles dans sa gouvernance.
Avant même l'explosion des 2 bombes atomiques, le Japon était à genoux. Le potentiel industriel japonais avait été systématiquement visé et détruit par les bombardements massifs des B-29. La marine japonaise n'existe quasiment plus et la plupart des infrastructures du pays sont à rebâtir. Les approvisionnements en matières premières et en produits pétroliers sont coupés. Même le ravitaillement en vivres des populations pose problème. Pour le Japon, l'année 1945 est considérée économiquement comme une année zéro. Tout est à reconstruire et ce qui n'est pas détruit est à reconvertir.
Le Japon, c'est paradoxalement, après la guerre, économiquement bien développé, mais une des raisons fondamentales, c'est aussi qu'on lui a interdit d'avoir une armée. Et tous ces investissements industriels ont été consacrés à l'industrie, à l'activité économique civile, et on sait ce que ça a donné du point de vue économique.
Now, how did we get here? I'm going to tell you a story about everyone who ever lived.
By the late summer of 1945, Robert J. Oppenheimer was ready to test the first bomb on July 16, 1945, at Trinity Test Site near Alamogordo, New Mexico. Scientists of the Manhattan Project ready themselves to watch the detonation of the world's first atomic bomb. The device was affixed to a 100-foot tower and discharged before dawn. No one was properly prepared for the result. A blinding flash, visible for 200 miles, lit up the morning sky. A mushroom cloud reached 40,000 feet, blowing out windows of civilian homes up to 100 miles away.
For more than 60 years, we have been brainwashed with advertisements touting nuclear energy, and everyone born after 1950 knows only that version, and only that way to live.
Last year, the people in advertising, newspapers, magazines, outdoor, radio and television stations, gave $240 million worth of time and effort to these public service causes. Why? Because here, advertising must be your conscience. Like cake mixes and cookware, electricity and minced onions. These were things you had to be sold on.
I was just trying to get into the mood. I guess we all remember these things. Above all else, the Gershwin years were years of change. Our nation was stirring with new ideas, new wants, new needs. We were building a better way of life, and we had a powerful force to help us, electricity. Companies like General Electric were finding ways to use electricity, to light our homes, do our work. One of the new things that came along was General Electric's famous monitor top refrigerator, remember? The electric washing machine took the gloom out of wash day. We were a restless nation in those years, busy people on the go. We built taller buildings, thriving cities. Our nation grew and prospered. And electricity helped us in all these things. Electricity and the dedicated men and women in companies like General Electric. It's no wonder, then, that in the Gershwin years, these initials came to be known as the initials of a friend.
They have created, in us, the habit to use a lot of energy, since it was necessary to consume this electricity for their business.
He works in a building of gleaming alloys where he sits on plastics, writes with plastics, and talks through plastics. Back home, his wife keeps things bright with cleaners and polishes created by chemistry. And in the evening, a television program tells of the wonders coming from nuclear energy. Then to bed, with a flashlight handy just in case. Now, he may not know it, but all these things, the gas in the light bulb, the plastics, the chemical fibers, the metal alloys, the antifreeze, chemicals in the cleaners and polishes, the flashlight and its batteries, yes, even the nuclear energy. All these and many other good things.
Originally, nuclear reactor is not meant to produce electricity, but to produce plutonium, a component of the atomic bomb. The reactors were only necessary in the process of transmutation of uranium into plutonium. And electricity was only a way to monetize their investment, and give them a good face.
L'uranium est une matière première qui existe à l'état naturel. Le plutonium est une matière artificielle issue de l'uranium. Il est produit dans le cœur même des réacteurs nucléaires.
Le tout premier réacteur à entrer en fonction a été conçu aux États-Unis, dans le cadre du programme secret du projet Manhattan, pour fabriquer la bombe atomique. Dans ce projet, le réacteur était une installation qui a permis la fabrication de la matière plutonium pour la bombe. À l'origine, le réacteur nucléaire n'est pas fait pour produire de l'électricité, mais pour fabriquer du plutonium, composant de la bombe atomique.
On comprend pourquoi tous les pays qui souhaitent disposer de la bombe atomique veulent posséder les technologies nucléaires pour produire du plutonium. Mais cette production pose de nombreuses questions, et notamment celle du retraitement des combustibles usés qui sortent des réacteurs. Le Japon, les États-Unis, la France. Ces trois pays possèdent plus de la moitié du parc nucléaire mondial. Les principaux problèmes que l'énergie nucléaire pose à notre Terre se trouvent enchevêtrés dans la production et le commerce d'une matière particulièrement dangereuse. Une matière artificielle d'une puissance incontrôlable qui pollue notre monde pour des milliers d'années. Le plutonium.
Estimated number coming from Cypre in 2016. Iran, unknown. Israel, between 80 and 100. North Korea, more than 10. India, between 100 and 120. Pakistan, between 70 and 90. UK, 215. China, 200. France, 300. United States, 7,000. Russia, 7,290.
And now, have a look between countries that have nuclear weapons and which have nuclear reactors, except Japan and fewer, that send plutonium to USA and other. They are nearly the same owners.
They all are. Renewing them.
Contaminating extraction, unsafe storage, unsolved recycling, and very high cost of nuclear waste. Over more than 300,000 of coming years. The nuclear industry is one of the worst-wild industries of the modern world. It pollutes without limit in terms of damage done against human, as much as nature. Because of radioactivity for more than 100,000 of years, it is not under control, since dust, up to pieces of tools they use, that compromise life every year, including living places. You can compare how our modern life is extremely water consumer in this table. For example, to produce 1 kilogram of salad, it takes more or less 25 liters of water. And to produce 1 kilogram of beef, it takes more or less 9,700 liters of water. To produce 1 ton of plastic, it takes more or less 2 million liters of water. But to produce 1 ton of plutonium, it takes more than 1.6 billion of clear water. In 2002, the population of the Sahel region was estimated at 837,420 inhabitants, with an average of daily consumption, agriculture, industry, food, for 10 liters per day per person. That should take 190 days of Sahel total water consumption to get 1 kilogram for our plants. And the bad news that everybody is aware is, it was always been unknown how to recycle nuclear waste since the beginning. No industry had never get the right to do that, except for military reasons.
Early 2016, the Belgian government voted to extend cracked reactors Doel and Tihange until 2025. While those sites currently have a storage capacity of spent fuel until 2022. Currently, about 3,260 tons of uranium are stored there, in simple sheet metal buildings. And nearly 370 tons should be added by 2025. It's absurd, but the logic began after 1945.
We undeniably face huge challenges. But the good news is that the future may not be quite as gloomy and that mankind already is doing better than many of you think.
These 8 sections have exposed a vision of the world in which we live, and the spirit that animates this system. In 1945, we entered the nuclear age, in an abject way, and we accepted it. And we do not forgive us. Let it be.
At the end, the big question we must answer is, as time goes by, is it happiness that grows within you and around you, or not? Do not task to define these words. Answer according to what you feel. Silo.
We can wake up, realize we aren't evolving upwards, but rather falling down. We just have screens in our faces, so we don't see where we're heading. This present moment is what every step, every breath and every death has led to. We are the faces of all who came before us. And now it is our turn. You can choose to carve your own path, or follow the road countless others have already taken.
Life is not a movie. The script isn't already written. We're the writers. This is your story. Their story. Our story.